Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So now we'll start with the new topic, that is the topic of class 12th, microsporogenesis. Before that we have discussed about male reproductive parts, in that anther and filaments, the particular stamen part were there. Furtherly we'll discuss about more minute part of male reproductive part, that is microspore. So, meaning of microsporogenesis, that formation of microspore called microsporogenesis. This you have to remember. Formation of microspore. Might be new word is there for you, microspore. First we'll discuss about microspore and the process of making microspores, that is called microsporogenesis. Now in next you have to remember, like lot of cells are there in the reproductive cell, but few cells are specifically working to produce microsporogenesis, and that specific cell is called sporogenesis cells, right? And they form myocytes. So it means sporogenesis cells are called myocytes, or in common term we can call gamete mother cells. Myocytes undergoes meiosis, it means myocytes are proceeding with the meiosis, and they form 4 haploid microspore are formed. Further we'll see in the diagram, so it will clear more. So let's see, this is the first diagram. Hope you know about this diagram, that is the anther diagram, the TS, the transverse section. Already we have proceeded with that. So in that you will see that anther diagram is there. In this 4 corners are there, right? So first we are emphasizing about microspore. So before slide we discussed about that sporogenesis cells are there which form myocyte. It means first we have to recognize where is sporogenesis cells are there. So sporogenesis cells are lying here. In second diagram I have mentioned about this. This is sporogenesis cell. Then what they are saying, sporogenesis cells are formed myocytes, which is also called as gamete mother cells. Okay, now what will happen, myocytes undergoes meiosis. So see here, myocyte, I am emphasizing more, this is myocytes, myocyte cells are there. Okay, it is proceeding with the further cell division, that is meiosis first and then meiosis second. So the result of meiosis first, there are 2 cells, and then further when the cell undergoes with the meiosis second, they form 4 cells. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 cells are there, right? So the story starts from diploid sporogenesis cell and end at 4 haploid cell. Here also I have mentioned 4 haploid microspores are formed over there. So it is also called as microspore tetrad. This you have to remember, microspore tetrad, right children? So thing is there, so these 4 cells are called, specifically each and every cell is microspore. So they are lying in 4 methods, so it is called microspore tetrad. Now in further you will see that 4 cells are there, but out of 4 only one will proceed with the function, rest 3 get degenerated. That you have to remember, right? Well, so this is the conclusion of microsporogenesis. You might learn about the meaning of the microsporogenesis, that formation of microspore which will be the part of male reproductive, that is called microsporogenesis, and it is proceed by sporogenesis tissue. Already we have discussed about the cells, and the characteristic of cell is 2n, it means they are diploid in nature, and they are proceeding undergoing with the meiosis first and second, and as a result, this is the result of meiosis first and second. So we'll get microspore tetrad. It means 4 microspore will get formed, and out of 4 only one will be functional, rest 3 will get degenerated. That you have to remember. Now children, microspore tetrad will further develop into pollen grain. It means the story starts from anther, then we have done with the microspore, and now microspore is developing into pollen grain. So next we'll see how microspores are making pollen grains, right? And what are the characteristics and functions of the pollen grains are there. So let's see. In next slide, here you can see the pollen grain cell is there. In this one simple diagram is there which is having 3 labeling. The outer layer is called exine, inner layer it's called entine, and here is a pore like structure on outer layer which is called pore, which is called germ pore. Here I forget to mention, this is germ pore, right? This you have to remember. So this is the general diagram of the pollen grain. Now let's enter inside. You will see here there are the inside the pollen grain, you will see there are the two type of cells are there. There are the two segregations or differentiation are there. So first we'll see which is large in number, and second we'll see which is small in number. So the first, which is large in number, that type of cell is called vegetative cell, and small one is called generative cell. So let's discuss about the pollen grain cells. Pollen grain get developed by the microspore. This sequence you have to learn. Okay, so vegetative cells. It is bigger in size, as you can see in the pollen grain. The exine and intine is there, and the bigger portion is called vegetative cell. It is food reserve, fine. Regular shapes, nucleus, fine. And it is acting as a tube cell and responsible for the growth. These are the role of the vegetative cell. Don't mix your knowledge with that. The meaning of vegetative cell, it's a kind of cell which is present in pollen grain. And the big cell is called vegetative, and where small cell is called generative cell. Okay, so generative cell, small in size, spindle shaped will be there, then cytoplasm will get formed. And the third, which is the one of the important line, that is floats in vegetative cell. Okay, let's try to understand the meaning of this line, that is floats in vegetative cell. So how it get floats in vegetative cell? So here it is vegetative cell, it is generative cell. So pollen grain is having how many cells? 2 cells. So this is the stage which shows that pollen grain stage is 2 cell stage. Okay, so we'll see like floats in vegetative cell. So we will discuss about how generative cell floats in vegetative cell. So we'll see further. In that, first you have to click out, it is in a proper sequence. So microspore is changing into pollen grain, right? And then in pollen grain, vegetative cell and generative cell is there, right? So the story, it starts from anther, sporogenesis, then meiosis first and second, then resultant 4 haploid microspores are there. I hope you people are clearing the concept. I am keep on recapitulating. Okay. Now 4 haploid, out of 4 haploid, only 1 will be functional, rest 3 will be degenerated. This we have already mentioned in this diagram. Okay. Now, which one will get function? It will turn into pollen grain. So this is the structure of the pollen grain. Here the 2 cells are there. One is bigger one is vegetative and another is generative. Now the thing is there, we will try to understand how generative cell floats in vegetative cell. So let's see. Generative cell floats in vegetative. How? So like it's a basically the heading we can write, that is microspore to pollen grain. So in that, what will happen? First, expansion of microspore will be there. Okay. So first, when the microspore is going to change into pollen grain, and then we'll talk about how pollen grain, their vegetative cell is taking generative cell. So first we are talking about, that is microspore is turning into pollen grain. So this is microspore. Okay. Now microspore, expansion of microspore, it means it get expand. Next, what will happen? Formation of large vacuole will be there. Here we'll see formation of large vacuole will be there. So due to presence of vacuole, nucleus will move towards the wall. As you can see, it is moving towards the wall instead of center. Okay. Microspore nucleus displays to microspore wall, that already we have discussed. Nucleus undergoes first mitosis. Now nucleus will show what? Cell division. Well, next we'll see that a large vegetative cell and generative cell will formed. Here you can see the vegetative cell and generative cell is formed. So this is the journey which shows ki how microspore is changing into pollen grain, right? And next we'll see how pollen grain cells are merging in each other. So generative cell detach from the pollen grain. It means I'm talking about this is pollen grain where the vegetative cell and generative cells are there. So generative cell detach from the pollen grain wall because they are lying in the wall. As you can see, generative cell, it is nearby the wall, so it is detached from the inner wall. Cell with inner cell structure formed. Then what will happen? This generative cell is moving towards vegetative cell. Okay, generative cell again undergoes mitosis. Generative cell again undergoes mitosis. So we'll see, like when a particular pollen grain is there and here vegetative and generative cell is there, so it means two cells are there. So that time we'll call two cell stage of pollen grain. Okay, and when generative cell is merging to the vegetative cell, so this is a vegetative cell and inside only generative cell is there, so it is two cell structure. But when we talk about more division will takes place under generative cell, like this is vegetative cell and here this is generative cell, and again it undergoes with the more cell division. So it means how many cells are there? 1 2 3. So this is, please try to understand, that is here it is something like this. It is something like this. If we talk about, like this is pollen grain, okay, and pollen grain is having vegetative cell, right? So this is vegetative cell only. Then they are having generative cell. Generative cell is proceeding with more division. So how many cells is there? Vegetative plus generative, then more further division, it means 3 cells. So this stage is called 3 cell stage of pollen grain. This you have to remember, like 40 to 50% pollen grains are 2 celled, and other than that they will show 3 cell structure. In this way we can say that microspore is turning into pollen grain, right? And here you can explain them the stage of the pollen grain. Here is a conclusion. This is the conclusion of all over which we have done. So let's see, this is the microspore mother cell, as already I have explained you, that is what in nature, haploid or diploid. Here you can see I have mentioned that is diploid in nature. Okay, so it proceed with what? Meiosis occur, meiosis first and meiosis second, as we have done in previous slide. So how many microspore will get formed? Of course 4. Out of 4, 1 will be functional. So it will proceed with what? Mitosis. So mitosis, they will form what? Pollen grain. So pollen grain first initially having how many cell? 2. Bigger is called vegetative, small is called generative. Then if the further generative cell undergoes with the mitosis, then what they will do? So this is vegetative only and these two are generative. So we can say this is 3 cell stage and this will be 2 cell stage. So this is the story about pollen grains. Okay, so here one simple thing is also there, pollen grains properties and uses. As you know, pollen grains are lying on the anther, so they are rich in nutrients. Well, it can cause respiratory disorder. This is the drawback of pollen grain. It causes pollen allergy as well. Some of them are having this pollen allergy. It is helping in crop breeding program as well, right? So these are the function, properties and uses of the pollen grains. Here we have completed with microsporogenesis. In next we'll talk about female reproductive organ. Thank you so much. Have a nice day and do your best.